What actually sparked you to say, no, I want to do this again and not just put on another event, but continue the momentum for them? Why did you decide to embark on that for them?
This year is a very tough year. Like last couple of years have been very tough years, and I am seeing people are losing the momentum. They're losing the mindset, and I have seen is impacting their family. I truly believe in giving, and the partners who I work with, they really support my business. We are trying to impact 40 committed people to get them off the ground, or if they're off the ground, take them to the next level. Good afternoon, David.
How are you, sir?
I'm great, thank you. My name is Varun Karnanantham, founder of Fighters Mortgages, and I'm here with David Greenspan.
I'm excited to be here with you, man. Normally I'm on the other side. I'm the guy interviewing people on the show. Yeah. Today, you're the guy interviewing me. So I'm going to be on the other side of the desk here, and I'm excited.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm excited, man. Listen, I'm a little bit nervous. I had to prep myself. I ran laps this morning. No, I'm joking. Pumped, excited to be here. And Veron, I'm excited for what's ahead, man.
Perfect.
I'm really excited for what's ahead.
Perfect. And this turned out to be like a quick plan. And thank you for accommodating and being here on the busy schedule. Really grateful for that.
Absolutely, man. Likewise.
So, David, tell me about yourself. How did you get into the business and how did you get into coaching? So, we like to learn more about how your real estate journey has started.
Yeah, no, it's, it's funny because I initially grew up in the business of real estate. My father was a broker owner for the first 20 years of my life. And so when I was a little kid, I'd be sitting behind the front desk of a real estate office. I'd be watching the, secretaries, doing what they do, magazines. I'd be going through their drawers to read magazines. That's when people actually read magazines. There was typewriters at the front desk. Typewriters.
Pretty office.
There was white out.
Yeah.
There were white boards where they used to write all the deals.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was black and white MLS tear sheets. And I don't know, do you know what the black, so the MLS, which is online now, it used to be in a book.
Oh, wow.
And it used to be a tear sheet. And so you'd see the one property. And if you were the person to get to the book in the morning first, you'd tear the sheet out and you had the listing. Like you were the one that had access to the information. It's obviously since changed where everything's online, but that's how far back I go. And I really grew up in the industry watching how agents really found success and what they did and what the life of a realtor was all about. I mean, I grew up with him. My dad was a realtor. He missed hockey games, missed my baseball games. I would be in the backseat of his car when he was showing, doing open houses or doing showings. Yeah. I grew up in it. And when you fast forward and sort of go through all of your education, everything else, and ended up going to school for marketing, graduating from marketing, and at the time thinking to myself, what am I going to do in life? Mm-hmm. Which was one of those pivotal moments where you kind of go, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. Now, top secret, don't tell anybody I told you this, but I still don't know what I want to do.
You're always figuring it out. You're always figuring it out.
But I think people are always in that evolution of trying to figure out who they are, what they're about, what success looks like, what the desires are. Of course, what I wanted when I was 20 is very different than what I want when I'm, 45. Mm-hmm. So life changes. And at the time, coming out of it, I knew that the whole marketing thing I went to school for really didn't interest me. Mm-hmm. In that time, I went back to school and I got my real estate license. And then I went back and I went and got certified to sell mortgages. Then I went back and I got my building code to build houses. And, for a few years, I worked with my uncle building custom homes. Wow. He was 30, 31. I was 21. Yeah. And we were building like $1 million homes. And it was a very cool thing. Like I could drive you by these houses and be like, Ron, I built that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was like a moment of being a little kid in a sandbox with the Tonka trucks. Yeah. But this time the trucks are actually like real. Yeah. They're real machines,
It's pretty cool.
It was very cool, man. And out of all of that, what ended up happening somehow coming out of school, not wanting to do marketing, having the real estate license, having grown up in the industry of real estate, like because my father, somehow I opened up this marketing company to do marketing for realtors. So I guess you could say like the stars aligned and probably the way they should have. What that led to though, that led to the past 20 years of playing in this real estate sandbox professionally, working with realtors, working with brokers, working with brands, working with boards and associations to help everybody do what we call build more mind share. The typical thing most people go through is the inability to stay consistent and to stay disciplined to get out there and grow a business. It's a very difficult thing to grow a business. Like really do. Everybody that does, you know it, I know it, 100%. We all know it. It's a very difficult thing to grow a business, and especially when you're doing it on your own. So we started to find something here. And what we learned was with agents who are growing a real estate business, whether they're an established agent who's been a long time in the business, very successful, somebody who's middle of the pack who knows they have another level in them, or somebody who's just starting out. We realized there's a lot of misconceptions around what they should be doing to market the business and grow the business. And as I take you through this really long journey, over time, through literally thousands upon thousands of conversations, I got to learn most agents don't actually know when it comes to marketing the exact route to how do I market my business properly? How do I build enough mind share that I'm going to get what we call consistent market share? I started to see the loopholes. I started to see all the people that were chasing bright, shiny objects, all the people that were spending silly amounts of money with a lack of ROI. And now you start to look and go, wait a second, there's a better way to do this. So we started teaching on this concept of mindshare. How do you get out there and grow your business? How do you get out there and build it every single day so that you're marketing, you're talking, you're writing deals, you're collecting money? How do we put all this together?
In the one platform, pretty much.
Well, the idea was we got to help people because, we've got a technology. We've got an incredible CRM. The CRM is attached to an incredible marketing suite. It's powerful. It's built for realtors by realtors. It's built for mortgage brokers by mortgage brokers. We built it with that in mind because that's the sandbox we've been playing in for years. But you can have the best technology, not know how to use it. And at the end of the day, what are you doing? You're still lost every day.
Good.
And as we were talking to more groups and more groups and more groups, we realized, wait a second, there's this whole other leg to what we do outside of just trying to sell a marketing system. The education is really valuable. And now I'm being asked, hey, can you come in and talk and teach, but not sell? Yeah, of course I can do that. Till you do that long enough and you realize, wait a second, I'm doing all this work, but I'm not selling anything. So when you ask how did the whole idea of like the training and the coaching begin and all the helping agents, we built the business called MindShare 101 simply out of the fact that there was a necessity from our time to really focus in on this industry and say, hey, we can help a lot more people. We're going to commit a lot more time to that. And there's kind of your evolution from, how did we even fall into this to like where we are today?
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, David. That's being said that you told me about your dad has missed baseball games and hockey, but I noticed that you have a very good balance with your business and the family. How do you manage it? It's a $1 million question for a lot of professionals, and especially with the real estate professional. How do you manage your time, and how do you do a time block, and how are you able to manage the personal and the business life?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing that we need to understand, and this is, again, it's a great question, Baron, and this is something that has come up. It's been an evolution, right? It's not something you do just at the flip of a switch in a day where you say, that's it, I'm going to do this. The first mind shift that we need to have is that we cannot manage time. You can't.
You cannot.
You can stop your watch today. My watch will keep ticking. Time will keep ticking. So you, me, nobody has the ability to manage time. However, when we change the paradigm on that and we change the mindset, which is something that hit me, I'm going to empower time to manage me.
The time to manage. Okay.
So I'm not going to manage time. Time's going to manage me. We have 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week, 8,760 hours in a year. How are you making use of them? Right. It's funny. I was reading a book called "Can't Hurt Me." You heard of that one by David Goggins?
I haven't.
David Goggins is an ex-Navy SEAL. He is a badass. You know what? And as I was listening to my book the other day while I was at the gym working out, because again, you talk about time, it's about fitting it all in. He made mention too to the 168 hours in a week. And he said, it's funny because most people work a 40-hour a week job, and it's kind of typical. And then he made light, he goes, so you got 168 hours available in a week and you're only working 40 hours? And then you say you want more? He says, then in those 40 hours, are you truly maximizing those hours?
Probably not.
Most people aren't. He says, so you got all these people running around in these 40-hour-a-week jobs thinking they got a job, they're happy, but they want more, but they're not doing anything they can do to do more.
Yeah.
So as you ask the question around time, how do I bring all this back to it? Well, we all got, again, those same 24 hours.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. I know I'm going to sleep. I know I'm going to eat. And I know I'm going to need to use the washroom at some point.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah. You can.
It's what we do, right? Okay. So what are we doing in those other waking hours? How are we leveraging them in a way that they're actually going to maximize the return that I get on my life?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that most people look at when they say, I want to maximize the return on my life, they think about what? What's the first thing we think about when we think about goals? We think about what do we want in life? What is it? What do most people say?
Money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So here's where I ask the question now. Down the road,
Yeah.
later in life,
Yeah.
is money going to be the first thing that comes to mind when you're sort of old, frail, and you're on your last moments?
No.
No. What's it going to be?
Memories. Family.
And what's that thing that you're going to want more of in that moment?
Time.
Time. There's your crystal ball.
Yeah.
So if you see the crystal ball and you say, I know I'm going to want more time down the road, I know that right now. It's not money that I'm going to say I want more of because I'm done.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the time I had, I set my family up and my grandkids and everybody else one day, right? But if I know down the road it's time that I want, let's leverage that right now. Because if I leverage my time properly and I empower time to manage me, will the money come?
Yeah.
I'll do the right things with my time to make the money.
Absolutely.
Will I spend time with my family and have no regrets for the time I spend with them? Absolutely. Will I take care of me by going to the gym and eating properly and feeding my brain by Of course. Because I can see the time I have.
Yeah.
It includes the sleeping, the eating, and the washroom.
Yeah.
It also, though, includes the most important things in my life, which is family.
Fair.
So it's really like when you take stock of it, Veron, and you say, I got 24 hours
a day.
Go block your sleep time right now. Just block it. I know I go to bed at this time, and I know I wake up. Done. How much time you got left?
Almost 1/3 is gone.
Done. What are you doing with the other 16 hours then?
16 hours, yeah.
What are you doing? How are you using it? And I'd say right away, first thing, plug in your family time.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? I got a job. I got a business. I got things I got to do. I got to run for clients. Hey, listen, if you don't manage the family time, all that other stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah. I know. We talked about it too prior to that. That's very important. And commenting on that, like, that's amazing.
You have to physically, visually see your calendar. You have to see the 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, and you've heard me say this before, so forgive me for the broken record.
Okay.
It's the same thing, though, of I wouldn't just let money fall out of my pocket.
Yeah.
When I'm somewhere, like I'm not just going to leave money on the table right here. It's not like, why would I do that? Unless I said to you, I lost a bet or something else, right? I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that with time?
Time is money at the end of the day.
And money is time.
Yeah.
Right? So like at the same time, if you want more money, you gotta figure out your time.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And if you want more money, to do what with your time? Right? Like what's the money for?
To buy time.
Well, or they want a nice watch or a nice jacket or a nice belt or a nice vacation or a nice car. Okay, fine. But that's all going to take time to go buy it or enjoy it.
To travel.
It all comes back to time. Right? And so when you ask like from the bare bones around the children and the family,
it's time.
They go in there first.
Yeah, absolutely. David, we are in a very interesting market right now. I think we've been having a tough riding for almost 4 years, like going into 2026 March. That's around the corner. What are you seeing in your client's mindset? And how are they handling it?
I think, first, I think from a market perspective, I think we actually came out of a very strong market when we talked about 2020, 2021. And although there were some crazy things going on in this world and everybody was in this moment in time that we've never experienced before, we saw a market that was actually quite strong and surprised many people that it was that strong. What we've seen since then, though, is we've seen normalcy come back into reality. And where you think prior to 2020, even in good markets, properties would sit 30, 60, 90 days before they actually moved. We then got into this moment in time where it was like 30, 60, 90 seconds. Like
Yeah.
real estate agents didn't have time to, do a proper listing presentation. They didn't have time for open houses, mortgages. We barely had time to actually get like financing clauses in deals. We just had to kind of go in and say it's firm, right? Because things were moving so quick.
Yeah.
The biggest mindset problem we see right now, people still think we're living in 5 years ago. We're not. It's 2026. This isn't 2020. It's not 2021. As much as that feels like it was just yesterday, it's 5 years later.
It's a long time.
It's a half a decade. Let's put perspective on this whole thing.
Yeah, it's a half a decade.
I'm willing to bet in 2030 and 2031, we still look back on 2020 and 2021 and feel like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
The impact that had on society was massive. It's also had that impact on mindsets. Now, what it's shifted, it said people believe they can operate more virtually, which to some degree, I would completely support the thinking.
Yeah.
I think that the technology, love it or hate it, and so much of it I hate. I think it's made us worse. I think it's not helped us develop our brains properly. I think that although it gives us the ability to be on a beach enjoying and doing work, or in between deals, mobile, and not having to be up. I think there's some great stuff there. Fantastic. And we should leverage it. In saying that, what it's done too, though, is given us this false sense of, I don't have to go to the office. I don't need to get to my desk in the morning. I don't need to treat this like it's an actual career. I'm just going to kind of do me because I can do it from anywhere. Well, the do me from anywhere does not provide enough structure or discipline.
Or you don't get any impact on it.
You don't get it, right? So now the mindset says, well, I came out of really good times.
Yeah.
Houses they're taking 30, 60, 90 days to move.
Yeah.
I got to actually call people. I've got to do more work. I've got to put in effort. It's taking too long. No, it's not. We're back to normal. We're back to normal, right? And now it's a matter of patience. People having the patience to understand it's going to take time. People having the work ethic to say, I've got to get up and I got to do. And the small percentage of people that realize that, Veron, they will continue to win in any market. It doesn't matter. Good, bad, strong, weak. It doesn't matter. They win. And we know those people.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're proof of one of those people. You've done it.
Yeah.
And you continue to do it. I mean, your work ethic is amazing. And I know it.
Yeah. Which is, I kind of agree. So that's a mindset. So how can you change the mindset from people to understand this is normal?
Yeah,
the reality doesn't hit a lot of people. Like they're still, as you said, they're still living in the 5 years back.
Yep.
Almost half a decade. So how do you bring them back to the reality?
Have realistic conversations, right? Be very real about where things are at right now. Take stock of where you are, truly understand what your situation is personally, financially, professionally. Understand where are you right now? Be real about it. Forget the posturing. Forget the ego. Forget you were a rock star 5 years ago and you're not really feeling it like right now and you don't want to, let the guard down in front of people. Look, I can understand that. We're human. It's human nature to be like, I'm good, I'm strong, right? In saying that, when somebody has a very real look within themselves to say, okay, where am I for real? What is truly going on? And does it fast enough? And they're honest enough with themselves. I'm going to label that as maturity, professionalism, honesty. And I think all three of those as a characteristic of, you to you in a mirror, they're very important to have. Because if you could stare at yourself in a mirror and lie to yourself, where are we going?
Yeah.
Right? There's no direction there.
Absolutely.
So this is about realistic conversations.
And that also leads into getting back, now they had to change the behaviors, they had to change the attitude, especially ego. And now they have to come back to do the activities to earn the business. And I think that's where a lot of challenges are coming up for a lot of agents or a lot of individuals. They don't want to go back to the normal.
They don't.
Yeah.
I had somebody bring this up to me yesterday, and I thought the line was beautiful. And in fact, I've used it. It's going to go out in an email because I'm stealing the line from him. But he said, how do I say this probably? He says, social media is a false illusion of work.
Yeah, that's true.
Social media is a false illusion of work. Now, perspective. When did Facebook start?
In 2005.
2005, 2006?
Yeah.
We're 20 years into social media. Think about that. Or 20 years.
Absolutely.
And the more people that, and I was just telling you this before we went on air, the more people that I speak with right now, the more I realize most people are exhausted by social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can also tell you that back during the 2020, 2021, when the world was upside down, the news got really like amplified to their next level of negative, their next level of just negativity. It was always just bad news, bad news, bad news. So I turned off the news. I said, I don't want to know anymore. Now, when I open up social, and I'm very proud to say that I've barely touched it so far this year, and that the mental clarity is incredible. Now, when I open it up, all I get is negative pollution.
Yeah.
And so all I'm doing is injecting negative thoughts into my brain, negative news, negativity, negative energy, and there's nothing positive coming out of it.
And that's building momentum.
It kills everything. It kills the momentum in a big way.
Yeah.
It makes us feel like, oh my God, here's what's happening. I'm going to think about that. Or look what that person achieved and look what I didn't.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of positive coming out of it anymore. And that wasn't what it was meant to do way back when it started.
Yeah. It was
So now
purpose.
Yeah.
The purpose has changed.
The purpose before was you and me as a friend connecting with each other, see what the kids are up to.
Yeah.
Or see what we're up to. We got smart as businesses and we exploited everything out of it.
Yeah.
We decided that's it. We're going to go and we're going to advertise through it and we're going to talk to people through it. And trust me, I'm part of the noise. I know I'm part of the noise.
Yeah.
We do it for a reason because it is a real channel. So by no means am I sitting here telling people get off social media.
Yeah.
I believe there's a place for it. It's a very powerful tool. It's your online coffee shop. Go have the conversation and then get out. Let's come back to time now.
Time now. Yeah, that's true.
I challenge anybody listening to this right now to go into their Instagram account, go to their settings, go to your activity and time spent, and look up what your average time spent on Instagram is in a day over the past 7 days.
It's like hours.
It's an eye-opener, buddy.
Yeah.
And now you want to tell me about time?
Yeah.
You didn't have time to make your calls. You didn't have time to do follow-up. You didn't have time to get that deal done. You didn't have time to, do that stuff that you had to do. You didn't have time to spend with your family.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about how overloaded you are?
Yeah.
Go check yourself right now.
Absolutely. I do that to a lot of agents who comes and complain. Let's check that first.
Well, here. So, and I'll do this. So, okay. So everybody listening, right? Check the Instagram time. Once you check the time, then ask yourself over the past 3 to 5 years, how many deals you did over the past 3 to 5 years because of social media alone. Probably slim to none. Some people might sit back and say, oh, I do all sorts.
Yeah.
They're a very small percentage.
Yeah.
Most people do not.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got to do the same thing though and go, now I want you to tell me how many calls you've made this past week per day. How many calls? How many hours did you spend? Most people, they can't tell you how many hours.
Because they don't even make it.
Or some people don't even make the calls.
Yeah.
And now you say, okay, now I want you to go back over the past 3 to 5 years of deals and tell me how many deals you got from making calls and connecting with your circle of influence. And most people tell you.
Most of the deals.
Most of the deals. So you're sitting there going, okay, where are you spending your
Time.
See where the time comes back to?
It's
all coming back to time always.
Yeah.
Because if I could sit here and say, I got to be here with you today. We wanted to start at say 2 p.m. And I decided to leave my office at 2 p.m. What are you doing here right now? Sitting, doing nothing, wondering why I'm not here, wondering what's taking me so long, getting aggravated.
Well, I would have walked out.
It does it exactly. And in this case, obviously it's a podcast, but I'm saying, let's say it was a potential listing or a potential, financing. Yeah. Now what? You just lost the client? Yeah. Oh, I would never do that with a client. No, but you would do it with yourself and you would do it with your family.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
So let's go back to your question now about the habits and what we're doing in a day and the fact that this false sense of illusion that social media is working. We got to get back to understanding what these businesses are all about, what actually drives the business, drives the return. Yeah. It's real conversations with real people. Yeah. And that is outside of family. And I'd even say putting yourself ahead of your family. And I did that with my son the other day, by the way. I was talking to him about he had a project in school and he was getting frustrated a little bit. And I said, I want you to take the same power, the same energy you have for your sports, because he's a really competitive dude. Like he doesn't want to lose. He gets mad. Right? I'm like, I want you to take that drive and I want you to put it towards your actual schoolwork. Yeah. And he actually got 100% and it was worth 20% of his grade.
Yeah.
I was super proud of him.
Yeah.
Now, he's putting all that effort in. And I said, and this is where you need to track. And again, there's a message here for everybody, right? This is where you need to track what you do, track how you do it, track how often you do it. Be able to give yourself a pat on the back multiple times a day. I've already done that a dozen times today. Because every time something gets finished, and no, I don't just sit there and actually do this, like the pat on the back, but
You feel it.
I'm marking it on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Oh, we've got a whole process we go through. I'm a sports guy.
Yeah.
When my team is winning, I'm a happy guy. When my team is losing, I'm not a happy guy. Well, notice that. Winning equals happy.
Yeah.
Well, winning does not mean I got to be doing more deals. It means I got to be doing the work to get the deals. And if I can appreciate the work I'm doing to get the deals will come.
Yeah.
Okay. So we come back to this, and I said to him, you gotta track the score.
Yeah.
You gotta really watch. And I said, that's what I do every day. And then I turned to him, I said, what's the most important thing in Daddy's day every single day? What's the top focus? What do you think he answered?
Time.
Money.
Money.
He actually said money. I said, you're absolutely wrong. Money's at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
I said, what's the most important thing in my world? And he looks at me with a smile and he goes, me, mommy, and Leah, like my wife and my daughter and him, right? And I looked at him and went, wrong. And he looks at me, he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? And I said, it's me. I'm number one in my day, every day. And what that means, Veron, just that it's like illustrated, like, what does that mean? I'm taking care of me.
Yeah.
I'm making sure my mental space is in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I'm making sure physically I'm feeling as good as I possibly can. I'm making sure that I'm not stressing out.
Yeah.
Well, how? Well, again, time is the foundation of all of it.
Once you fix that.
Once I could see it, I know where I can take care of me physically, go to the gym.
Yeah.
I know where I could take care of me mentally, feed my brain by reading a book.
Yeah.
I know where I can have time with my family because kids are in school all day and I'm working all day. So like top and bottom of the day, we really should fit this in. Or next thing you know, you're going to watch, your kids grow, but you'll miss them grow.
Yeah.
Or you're going to, your relationship with maybe your spouse, if you have one, it's going to separate. It's not going to be as strong. What are we doing all this for?
Yeah.
Right? We live in a society here, which is work. And then maybe if you're lucky, you could play.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I try to live life of like, let's play.
Yeah.
And we're going to play hard and then we'll go work hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then if you get that balance, you're winning.
Yep. So that leads into the question. Can we talk about a little bit about your momentum?
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
So what momentum means? Like what is momentums give values to real estate agents?
Look, yeah, I like the first part of that with what does momentum mean? And momentum is really a forward progression, right? It's something that stays in motion. It's not something that goes out big, hard, heavy and stops. It continues to go,
Got it.
right? You think about a pendulum, right? It ticks and swings and it just keeps
Yeah.
moving, right? And it's that forward, it's that constant motion.
Yeah.
What we did was we put an entire, structure together around this concept of forward motion and how we can continue to have that. And I mean, I can tell you it even stemmed from the fact that, we go out and like I said off the top, I get to speak to a lot of groups.
Yeah.
I get to speak to a lot of people. I get to help a lot of people. And what ends up happening when I do that is I realize we had a really good moment. Like it was awesome. And I mean, you've been in the room. People, they're locked in, they're learning, they appreciate it, right? The message hits. My concern, what happens after? And I told you even from day one, when we first, for your event, which was amazing. I think I've said that to you a few times. I said to you that when we did that, it wasn't about booking it to get there. It was about the impact we made for people
Who's there?
and what's going to happen after the fact.
Yeah.
So now here we are. You put on an incredible event. We went out. We did my job, right? Seemed like everybody really resonated well. My big question though still is what's happening after that?
Yeah.
And oftentimes I've learned nothing happens after nothing. And like, listen, it's nice. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful I was able to be there. I'm grateful. I hope people took something from it. I know a lot of people did. And I hope a lot of people implemented.
Yeah.
I hope they're still implementing.
Yeah.
And my bigger play is if I can make people more successful, we're all winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like self-gratification for me. It's just a very cool thing to be part of somebody's success.
Yeah.
In saying that, that's where momentum was built.
So what are thanks for explaining
yeah.
that, David. What are the pillars that covers in the momentum? Like, what is the main focus?
The main focus is about creating a game plan.
Okay.
Okay. It's about creating a game plan. So I talk about time.
Okay.
I talk about what you want in life. I talk about what you need to be doing to have success. We cover it all. But we don't just talk about it. We structure it. We start from a certain step, and it's like, if you wanted to climb to the top of the tallest mountain, you could get a helicopter if you wanted to, but
not everyone has a helicopter.
You got to start at the bottom, right? We all got to start at the bottom, and that's what everybody's done with their business. They've started at the bottom, and we continue to grow. And where we get to now is we get again, and back to that sort of the breakdown of the groups of people, but you get people who are brand new who have no idea which way to go because they didn't learn that in school.
Yeah.
They know compliance, they understand the rules and regulations, but they don't necessarily understand what they need to do every day to go out and get it. You got people who are in the business that are actually doing fairly well, but they know, and we know, they got a lot more runway ahead of them and they want to get there. But now it's like, well, how do I get to that next level? How do I break that glass ceiling and get myself to that next point? Because I got to imagine everybody wants that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that. And I think that one thing that feeding my brain has taught me in life is that, the closer you get to your goals and the more realistic they become that you're achieving them, the more you realize that's not the goal.
Yeah,
I want more. And when you are there, it's actually a great thing because you got an inner fire burning inside of you.
Yeah.
What it does, though, it also puts you in a position to say, I've got questions now. And I'm not really sure where to go, or I'm not really sure what to do. So we help with that. You've got an agent who's been in the business a long time who makes a lot of good money. That agent probably has put themselves in a position to have bottlenecks in their business, to have challenges, to be very, very thin on the amount of time they have to enjoy life because they've hit a level of success which keeps them incredibly busy. And those of us that are really tied to our business, it's hard to just pull away and not be part of it. And I'm not suggesting that any successful business individual will not be part of the day-to-day.
Yeah.
I do believe in the idea of who, not how,
Yeah.
right? So how can you empower other people to help you? In saying that, I know for me, I still want this business to have the flavor of me at all times, not from an ego perspective, but from a perspective of
Business.
that's where we started from day one.
Yeah.
If I go change that by day 100 or 10,000, we're not who we used to be. We're not authentically genuine on who we are. So it's important that we're connected. The question now becomes how? How do I manage it all? And that's where this momentum program comes in, right? It sets the foundation for people from day one to identify what it is that they actually truly want, to give them a plan so that they understand how to keep that in perspective and how to measure that, along with the mindset of what happens if I am succeeding or I'm not succeeding. How do I stay strong? Because that's the foundation. Like if you don't know why you're getting up every day, or you tell me you're getting up every day to make money, look, I love money. I want a lot of it. I just want to take over the world. So I'm with you. Again, though, if your MO every day is literally just to get up to make money, you're missing a huge part of what life is about.
Good.
Right? The happiness, the joy, the everything else that comes with it. And again, I'll beg the question, and I'll do this with anybody that brings that to me. I'll say, money for what?
Yeah.
For what? What do you want to do with it? And a lot of people need to get that answer.
Yeah.
So when you set that foundation, Veron, and then you start to tie in, okay, so I know what it is. What do I do next? Well, now it's a matter of how are you building MindShare? How are you getting out there and growing the business? How are you getting people to know that you exist? Because in a world like ours, I don't know about you, but I don't have a light on top of my car like a taxi cab to say I'm open.
Yeah.
I don't have a neon flashing open sign on my window that says I'm open.
You gotta let people know that you are.
How do people know I'm open?
And how long is this program?
So momentum itself, we've broken it into 12 segments.
Okay.
Each segment builds one on top of the next. So you attend the first session. We're going to do a whole bunch of awesome learning. The energy is going to be absolutely fantastic. There's going to be a workbook. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth reciprocation to that. From there, you're going to walk away and you're going to have learned a whole bunch. We're going to spend a lot of time together, a lot of open Q&A, again, a lot of workbook work, a lot of learning. And then we're going to get back together again a couple of weeks later, and we're going to progress.
From where you left.
From where we left off into the next segment. And everything's going to build on top of one another, just like you build a house. You can't put a roof on top of something that you haven't put a foundation, a first floor, a second floor. You can't put on the roof, right? So we're not going to start with the roof. We're going to start with the foundation, and we're going to build a masterpiece.
And I'm sure you have had this momentum for a long time. And the $1 million question is when someone's coming out of the momentum, let's say they go through the whole 12-week program or 6 months program.
Yeah.
What are you seeing as an average production has increased?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing fantastic numbers. We're seeing a lot of people, and remember this too, right? What happens normally with an agent and with most business owners is we've got great intentions.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to do the hard work. It's just human nature. They don't want to do the hard work. And nobody should feel bad about that, because human nature says we're always looking for the path of least resistance. Mm-hmm. We always try to find the easier way to do something.
Correct.
It's normal, and there's nothing wrong with it.
It's a survival.
It's
a survival tool.
Well, it is. It's very much a survival tool. But now when you come to the idea of business, it kind of works backwards on you, because from a survival tool, if you're looking for the easiest route, in business, it's not about easy. It's about hard. It's about doing the hard.
Easy doesn't last too long.
And most things in life are about hard work,
yeah.
right? You have to work hard to get the results you want. Okay. Where most people think it would be foolish to think that if I woke up today thinking, I want to be in the best shape of my life and have a six pack and, all this other stuff, that it's going to happen. Yeah. No, it's going to take a lot of hard work. Yeah. No different than trying to make money.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of people that struggle with what to do in a day, how to do what they have to do, how to stay focused, chasing bright, shiny objects and trying to spend money on stuff to solve a problem. In the end, realizing it never really solved the problem and they're staying in the same place. Yeah. So now what you do is you inject momentum. You say, okay, get yourself focused, get locked in, take part in this, awesome energy that we're going to be having, this incredibly, structured conversation, learning, the work we're going to do together, and we're going to do it together. So you don't feel like you're alone. And as you keep moving through that, and you've got this ability to ask a lot of great questions, and you've got this ability to really learn from others and learn from us and doing the work, the people that come out of it, they come out of it with days that are way more structured.
Yeah.
They understand what they need to do every day when they get up. Yeah. They know what to do during the days every day, and they know how to finish their day to make sure they finished on a high note, no matter how the day went. And that in of itself creates a more positive mindset, which then creates more opportunity to go have another great day the next day.
How they measure this?
There's a whole bunch of measurement. There's a whole bunch of tracking that we do along the way.
So during every 2 weeks before you connect, there's a tracking system.
Absolutely. And then we track as well, sort of, off the top and on the midterm. And at the end, we track a lot of progress as well, so that people know what's going on and where they're at. And then, you come out of it and you say, well, so I've done this. I've spent the time. What do I expect to have? Well, you should expect to have a game plan that's going to help you get to your next level in life, not just business. Yes, you'll make a lot more money. You'll do a lot more deals. In fact, I will tell you that the average agent coming out of this program is doing 4 to 6 plus deals in a year. Extra.
Yeah, that's
extra. Good. Okay. Now, for anybody thinking right now, especially those, and I should, just based on geographic location right now, single out the GTA. Average price of a home in the GTA?
800,000.
Okay, cool. So how much do we stand to make on one deal?
2.5%.
Okay. So numbers can vary here and there.
So let's say $1 million. So
okay.
Let's make it
so what do you got? $25,000 a deal?
Okay.
And now we're saying 4 to 6 extra?
So let's say 4.
Another $100,000 to $150,000? Is it possible? Why not? Now, if you're the $150,000 to $250,000 earner, and all of a sudden you're making another $100,000, $150,000, or $350,000, $400,000, is that a big difference in life?
Huge difference. You're
the $750,000, you go up to a $950,000, $1 million, big difference.
Yeah.
You're the person who's struggling to start. You're getting random deals and random leases from random people, and you're finding this very difficult. Yeah. You're that agent. And now all of a sudden you go from this person who's struggling to make 25 to 50 and put food on the table to now being at 100, 150.
Changing life.
Oh my God, it changes the life in a big way. Yeah. And now you compound on that. Keep the momentum going. It doesn't stop just because we stopped.
Yeah.
You keep going. And now when you keep implementing the proper discipline and the proper structure, your big moment of, oh my God, I went up to 150, which I never did. Now all of a sudden the next year going up to 250, 300. You're seeing incremental organic growth in short periods of time. Through the proper work. People need to know what the work is.
It is virtual?
It is virtual. We do that as flexibility for people
Yeah.
to be able to actually attend, because we know that people are all over the place. Like we established earlier on, the realities is that, people are everywhere.
Yeah.
What this does, though, it also gives people no excuses
To sign in.
So, well, that's the thing. So if you want to tell me that you're in, Playa del Carmen in Mexico,
Yeah.
okay, right, and you can't
I
make
didn't miss a meeting.
Listen, there's two things to that, okay? Number one, I'll say if you tell me you can't make it, I'll tell you yes, you can, because it's virtual. On the flip side, I will tell you from a time perspective, if you are taking a vacation in Mexico, go take your vacation in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I would say to you, put the phone down for the entire time you're there, stick it in the safe and forget, oh, but I got a business to run. No, you have a vacation to enjoy, because that's why you work so hard, is to take that vacation.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's a big part of it. Yeah. Right. Is that ability to really, lock in and understand what you're doing. Now, the other, important thing to note here is that, yes, I don't want you joining on from Playa because I want you to enjoy your vacation. The great news is the sessions are recorded. They will be hosted specific for our group.
Yeah.
And people will be able to catch up, tap in, get the workbook, do the work, and be ready for the next session the next time.
So it's geared towards a specific area.
100%. And what's important also to state there is that's not meant to give people a green light not to show up. Okay. That's not what I'm saying when I say you can catch the recording later. Where we're saying that is we know life happens, things will happen. So in the event that you cannot make it, it will be there for you. Mm-hmm. The encouragement here, though, show up, be there on time, be ready to go, be ready to learn, and be ready to take yourself to your next level, because that's the goal of all of this.
Why do you think momentum is more important than ever before in this market?
Because right now, as we established before, what goes up must go down. What goes down must go up. We are in a moment of time. Now, let's think about this, and this is unique because we're sitting here at the end of January, beginning of February timeframe, and what's really unique about this is when you come back 30 days ago, we walked into a brand new year. Mind you, let me ask you this, and I'm not going to say your mindset, but generalizing the mindset of people. As you go into December, what are people thinking? Where's people's minds at?
I'm going to have a great start in 2026. January. I'm going to go to gym.
That's it. Doesn't matter.
Let's do the gym.
New year, new me, right? Everybody's hyped up. They're prepped. They're ready to go. And what do is they enjoy the holidays. Hopefully some of them actually business plan to get themselves ready for the new year. Most don't. They just talk about it. Yeah. And the scary part too is that most people sit around, well, colleagues will talk about it. And then some people sit there feeling it inside going, but I didn't do that for me. Yeah. Right? Well, that could be an issue. You got to do that stuff. But when we really break it down to its simplest form, it's what you just said. New year, new me. Everybody's all hyped up, excited. January 1st hits. We partied December 31st. January 1 hits. We're all excited. Now what? Now what?
I don't know what to do.
Well, okay. And you might even say, first few days of the year, people are getting over the holiday hangover. Yeah. I'm taking a few days to ease into it. Okay, cool. I got you. And this year was interesting because January 5th was the Monday, which was technically the
first. So you should be ready to work.
You've had 5 days already. By January 5, you should be exploding out the gate. Yeah. And quite frankly, if you work with me, you would have been exploding out the gate back in December. We would have treated that like January. Yeah. And if you waited until January, we would have started January 1st, the first day back, so that by the 5th, when everybody else is getting started, we're so far ahead, you can't catch us. Yeah. Right? Most people, though, wait till January 5th. Most people then complain, slow week. I'm just kind of getting back in the groove. Next thing you know, at the end of the week, it's what? January 12th.
It's gone. Half a month's gone.
There you go. Then guess what happens the following week, which was January 17. It's called Quitter's Day. Yeah. 80% of people give up. They go, I can't do it. You go, but 6 weeks ago, you told me about New Year, New Me. Yeah. What happened now? The market and this, and they got excuses like crazy. They'll complain about excuses. They'll complain about challenges. They'll complain about the market. They'll complain about clients. They'll complain about distractions, but they will not.
They'll complain about the mortgage rate.
Own it. Anything, but they won't own it. Yeah. They won't own the fact that there wasn't a plan. They won't own the fact that they're not putting in the work. They won't own the fact that they started lazy. It's laziness for the most part. Because we look for the path of least resistance. Yeah. We don't want to work hard. We believe that if we operate on the phone the whole time, everything's going to be good. Yeah. Not what happens. So here we are now. You got Quitter's Day that comes up midway through the month in January. 80% of people more or less give up. Now you got this crop of people that's kind of left over through this, third and fourth week of January. And they're starting to go, oh, I'm still here. But all that hype, it's like really wearing off quickly. In reality, of all the hard effort and all the energy we put in off the top of the race, I'm starting to get tired. And my mind's just starting to go down. And I'm starting to not see the results that I want really quickly. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna go do something else, or I'm just gonna stop, or I'm gonna complain for another 4 weeks.
Oh, I'm gonna quit.
This is why momentum exists. So we don't go through that. And realities are, and I challenge every group we always start with on session number 1. I want you to take a head count and see how many people are here. I tell you right now, people will drop out. Not because the learning doesn't work, not because the time spent isn't going to be not only valuable from a learning perspective, but fun, because we make sure there's a good energy at all times with our groups. But take stock of the fact that some people will just give up. But I'm going to challenge everybody. Just don't be that person. You be the person that keeps going, you will win.
That's great. And then I hope this is going to make impact. And you're right. I can see the vibe on the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning from first week of January to third week of January.
You see it, man. Hey, think about you. Have you ever run? And I was foolish enough to do this one day when I was a kid in school, track and field. And there was the 400-meter race. It's the big oval track. And you got to run the whole thing. Somehow I ended up being the guy that was going to run the 400-meter race on behalf of my school, my grade. I don't know why. I'm not a fast runner. I have no idea how I got into this, but I'm the guy. Okay, great. Boom. The gun or whatever goes off. And what do? I don't know any better. I start sprinting. I'm running as fast as I can, and I'm still not the fastest runner, but I'm running as fast as I can. And I see some guys passing me, and I'm passing other guys. And then about 100 meters goes by, and I'm like, man, I'm tired.
You give up.
I start to slow down a little bit. I start to walk. So now I'm going slower.
And everyone's passing you.
Everybody's passing you. And then what do? That's the point. And I know I'm not a quitter. But the mindset says,
keep going.
No, most people give up. Give up. I'm done. I lost so bad. And that's why we're at a unique time right now in this market, because so many people are coming out of the whole new year, new me. The hype was there. The hype has started to die out. We need something.
Absolutely.
Momentum is that something.
Can you talk a little bit about the partnership with Fidus Mortgages and how we're going to help them to achieve that?
Man, first of all, I think what you're doing, Veron, is absolutely incredible. That's true leadership. It's true leadership, and I've told you that before.
Thank you.
It's important, and I say this because when we come back to a lot of what we shared today, the realities are a lot of people don't execute on some of those creative things they have in their mind for what they can do to grow their business. They go, it's not going to work. I don't have the budget. I don't know. And they hold themselves back. And when we really dig in, and this is a completely different topic another time, but when you start to dig into your true self, who you truly are, all of us carry these bodyguards with us. And those bodyguards usually stop us from doing certain things. And we don't realize what they are. We don't realize it's happening, but it's happening. And oftentimes the fear bodyguard creeps in for a lot of people. And fear is the biggest motivator we have in life. So the minute people get scared, they decide, you know what? I'm not doing it.
I'm done.
In this case, fear, which you have none of, we get past it all, incredible things can happen. And so what's so incredible about what we're doing right now is that you've decided to actually sponsor this program for a whole bunch of people who are fortunate enough to get in. And I know we've kept that where it's, there's a maximum number of people that can join us, and that's it. We're not going over that number. Those people are going to benefit in a tremendous way because of what you've decided to do to help them grow their business. And I think the fact that Fidus has stepped up to do that, sees the opportunity to help other people, that in itself goes, without saying, the distance to why people should continue to work with Fidus Mortgage and continue to leverage you and the relationship and your knowledge and your team to help them make their lives easier and their clients' lives easier. Verano, I got to switch the table. I got to ask you a question, right? So, first, you and I somehow connected once upon a time. You reached out to me about an event you were putting on, indoor. And we didn't know each other from a hole in the wall. I guess what led you to reach out to me?
I have seen you speaking at one of the event at the realtor office, probably 4 or 5 years back, and I really like the energy and I really like the MindShare. Like what you talked about is very the values were about the same as what I believe in as well, and I wanted to have you to come to Mindua and speak to the realtors that we work with, and I thought it would be a very value added. And that's the reason I reached out. And I think we tried to do that in 2024. It didn't plan out.
Oh man, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I do remember that actually. Yes,
we planned in 2024. Yes. It didn't plan out. Then I stayed in touch and we connected back again, and we had you in 2025. That was a massive, successful event.
Oh man, I've told you this many times before, but what you did over there and the event itself, the venue, I remember from the cars inside and outside, and the shoes and the glass cases, and the DJ and the amazing crew you had doing all the videography and the photography and the social. I mean, man, you guys put on a first class event there.
Thank you.
I was super grateful to be part of it.
Thank you.
I told you the same thing at the time. It wasn't about just getting on the stage. It was about the impact we were going to make after the stage. And
absolutely.
Do you remember what I said to you when I walked off the stage?
No.
The first thing I came up and said to you, I gave the mic to whoever I had to give it to, and I walked up to you right away. I said, "Did we get it? Did we hit it?
Yeah.
Did we hit it?
Yeah.
How do you feel?"
We did.
That was my first. That to me was it. Because if I walk off and you're like, "Oh man,
no, we did.
I don't feel good about this. This wasn't good."
Absolutely,
Dave,
absolutely.
What did you say? Now, what kind of impact do you think happened in that room because of that?
I think it's opened everyone's mind to think differently and stay motivated. Like as what I talked about, everyone needs the push, everyone trying to lose hopes, and we cannot lose hope in this business. When we lose hope, we are not losing hope in the business. We are losing hope for our loved ones.
Very well said. So when you look at the extension now to what we talked about before,
it all relates to
it's like, we can do it once, great. What actually sparked you to say, no, I want to do this again, and not just put on another event, but continue the momentum for them? Why did you decide to embark on that for them?
Because I truly believe in giving, and the partners who I work with, they really support my business. And this year is a very tough year. Like last couple of years have been very tough years, and I am seeing people are getting off the grid. They're going off the grid. They are losing the momentum. They're losing the mindset. And I have seen some where it has actually not, it's about the business, as I mentioned earlier, David, is impacting their family, their health, their mental health, headspace. It's impacting, it's beyond what we see. It's not just about the numbers. When someone is not performing in the business, it's not just about the numbers on what you see on the social media, as you said. It's about what behind that. And I really truly believe I can make an impact to my partners by bringing the momentum back, bring the energy back, so they can move on. They can have the time with their family. They can have a successful 2026. At least that's the best I can do.
What makes you confident that this is going to be a success for all the people that are involved in it?
So we only have limited spots.
Yep.
So it's also, I think it's going to be successful, like by knowing the outline of the program, someone who's committed, they want to have an impact in their life, in their business, for their family. I think if we can go through the process of 6 months, as you said, it's going to keep building on. It's organically, the good behavior is going to come in. Like I wake up in the morning and I go to gym regardless. It doesn't matter how bad it is or what time is it. I want to be there. It's built it. I won't be there for 2-3 hours, but I'll be there for 30, 40, 50 minutes, but I'm there. So I think once you get them up and running, when they see the results, I think your performance will come up there. Then you don't want to give up. I think it's get them off the ground. It's like getting a rocket. You want to get them off the ground. Once you get off the ground, you're unstoppable. I think what we are trying to do is we are trying to impact 40 committed people to get them off the ground. Yeah. Or if they're off the ground, take them to the next level.
Well said. So Varun, you guys are coordinating the registrations. We know, like we said, we've only got so many spots.
Yeah.
how do people get registered for this? Like, how can they make sure they're one of the 40 and not the 41st?
So it's going to be a personal invite.
Okay.
So we're going to reach out to 40, a lot of my database to see how they can register. So I'll be reaching out to them personally. And also we will be running limited spots available for first come, first serve on social media.
Very cool. So everybody should just watch for the invitation.
Watch for the invitation.
Watch for the link.
Yeah.
And if they happen to be in the room, when we're in the room together, they might find out a few more things.
And I hope it will be filled up quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So David, there will be a lot of questions coming up. There's a lot of information. You share a lot of positiveness, and people want to learn more about you and your MindShare 101. How can they get hold of you?
Thank you for that, Varun. And I appreciate you bringing that up. I would encourage anybody to visit us at mindshare101.com. Obviously, that's the website. It's going to give everybody a real sense. And I mean, when you think about people want to know more, they want to learn more, they want to do a little bit of their own research or get an idea of like what else is there, go to the website. It breaks down everything we offer from, training to one-to-one coaching. We've got an incredible platform called the MindShare Collective, which is group coaching. It is really inexpensive. It is a great thing for everybody to be part of. It is not on social media. It is an online ecosystem for people to be part of. It's got the ongoing energy that they want on a regular basis beyond the trainings we do. And there's another note to add in is that anybody that does join us for Momentum will have access to the MindShare Collective as part of the entire offer. So it is fully loaded. But go to mindshare101.com, learn more about what we got. From there, you can send us an email. You can email our team, info@mindshare101.com. You can email me, David, at mindshare101.com. And of course, we're on Instagram. We're on the social medias. Check us out. Instagram is David Greenspan 101. And hey, if anybody likes listening to podcasts, check out the MindShare podcast.
Perfect.
There's lots of ways to get a hold of me. If you can't find me online, I am doing something totally wrong.
Perfect. David, thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited for Ron. Thank you. And this is going to be awesome, man.
Perfect.
Let's do this.